Is she a shifter too? Gods, is anyone what they seem in this place? Yeah, holy shit, dude, this sucks. This sucks. And oh right, I forgot. Phobe or whatever her name is, Phobe. Yeah, she is a female too. Yep, she's gonna fuck me over. She's gonna fuck me over. She's gonna fuck me over. Yep. Holy shit, another. I'd rather not say that towards a child, but another fucking bitch has showed up. Holy shit. I'd rather not fucking deal with this situation every time in this. What is the point of being a fucking. What is this? Fucking rogue? I'd rather than a rogue, I'd rather been a barbarian. At least my skill with women have been so low that it would not have like direct consequences. Because I would not be engaging with them all that much. I mean, honestly, what woman has not fucked us over? I just gave you the list of all the women. I even forgot that elven girl that her husband tried to kill us. So even if the girl directly does not try to fuck us over, the situation around her will definitely fuck me over. So just does not work for me. Just does not work for me. The Thogian priestesses as well. I didn't even talk about them. They also are females, and they're also fucking us over. This show has been crafted to fuck dudes over with this. Holy shit! The fucking fucked upness in this one is just next level. Okay. Granted, you have done your share of shapeshifting yourself lately. Some of that was exhilarating, even if under rather dangerous circumstances. However, when you transformed, you never felt your mind and behavior change. You were still you. Maybe she's possessed, you think. Yeah, maybe she's a vampire or something, maybe transforming into one, you think. Giving a sidelong look at her. Remember how Agra would occasionally overpower what you said and did? Very rarely, and it was not that, like, efficiently done. I mean, I guess this is very, this is not exactly, it is not efficient. She just did that in like a, aggressive manner, and Agra used to make us do that stuff as well. Are we just not gonna look for our amulet? It's just gone. Okay, now we have lost a significant amount of our power, which usually helped us survive. Now we are on our own, and that is bad considering I have 3 life and 3 morale, and I have literally no skill, and not to mention I have a bag full of gold, so some people might attack me for that. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Gods. Could she be possessed by Agra, you wonder? Perhaps Agra is using this poor little girl as a joke on you. I highly doubt it. The daughter of a trickster god using a human girl is appropriate, you suppose. Is Phoebe wearing the amulet? Looking over, you see no chain obvious around her neck, but she has a low collar for her dress. Anyways, you're not going to try to look down the dress of that little girl. There are some things you simply will not do, even if it's important. We could probably take her to the side and just ask her, or like we can just ask her, but then again Agra would make her not say anything. Then we'll actually have to like touch and check. But in this situation we're pretty much dead if we don't check. But then again, if she is not wearing the amulet, then it's just going to leave a very bad impression on her. Yeah. Up ahead, you spot a throng of people gathered near the moat. In the middle of them is a man with a boy on his shoulder, pointing up at the castle where the huge stained glass window has been shattered out by the godling of Thog. They're obviously talking about the events earlier. Was it yesterday, you wonder? Judging by the sun, it's late morning now. You believe you had been unconscious for some time, and you have no idea how long you were out. You continue to look around. Maybe you can lose the girl in that crowd. No, you decide. There will be plenty of opportunity to get rid of her. Now might be a good time to learn something about the girl. Perhaps that will give you a clue as to why she's here. Avis must have had a reason for sending this little girl as your escort. So Phobe, one of the reasons why I'm still concerned that was Avis is because he talks to her like Avis must have had a reason. Like he does not refer to her as a succubus, even though we are pretty damn sure she is. So Phobe, I'm just gonna call her Phobe. So Phobe, tell me about yourself. Who are your people, your family, you say? He looks down at the ground. They're gone. The Reaper boys killed them. Goblins took me underground and were going to sacramite me? What the fuck is sacramite? Sacrifice to the gods or something? I don't know what the fuck does sacramite means. Maybe sacramite means rape or something? I'm not quite sure. Sacramite, you whisper. You grit your teeth. Gods. Does everyone in the city know about the goblins? Where is the law in this town? I'm gonna actually check what sacramite means. This seems important. Yeah, I can't figure out what sacramite is. Even looked it up online, but doesn't seem like sacramite is even a word from what is showing up. I can't find it for some reason. Anyhow, Well, we already read this. Where is the law in this town? Pope stares at you for a moment and says, I got saved and carried in a wolf's mouth, and I met a nice lady with giant wings, like a bat and horns. Like, are you talking about a vampire or something? That's quite an adventure, you say. Sorry about your family. You quickly add. Poor girl, you think. Losing her family must have done her in, but those goblins. But what is it even sacrament? Is it rape? Is it like sacrificing to gods? What is it? I'm quite confused. But those goblins, sacrifice you say. Is that what you meant? You almost got sacrificed by the goblins? She pauses for a moment and thinking that over, then nods. And a man with no hair and naked and nasty breath. You gasp. Was he, you motion over your body, covered in red like blood? Oh right, we did see that guy. I believe you, I met that one. Not a lot of those sort running around. Oh, sacrament is not even a word. I guess she was trying to say sacrifice. I believe you, I met that one. Not a lot of those sorts running around. Thank the seven heavens for that. You smile and wink. She doesn't return your smile. You can't blame her after having just retold the slaughter of her family. Distracted as though you are, you barely notice that you're already in the line for the gate to exit the inner ring. You're nearly to the guards. You sigh. You can't really lose a phobe here, but if you go through the gate with her, she won't be in the inner ring. It won't be as safe outside. The middle ring isn't so bad, you think. Soon you're standing in front of the pair of guards at the gate. One of them squints at you, frowns as he looks between you and phobe. Who are you? He asks. Rooster, slayer of Thog's monster. Warhorse, the girl's bodyguard. Maiden Avis's servant. What is this? I wanna go with Rooster normally, but Slayer of Thog's monster sounds ridiculous. And my health and morale are fairly low as is. And then Dragon, and then Avis's servant wouldn't really work. Shouldn't I go find Bonebrow or Avis or Kree or someone at least to help me out with the situation? I'm just gonna go with Warhorse, the girl's bodyguard. Warhorse, this girl's bodyguard, you say. Warhorse, you say. Does the second guard. His bushy mustache looks spectacle, if such a thing is possible. I'd have heard of a bodyguard named Warhorse. You're new in these parts, you say. I go where she goes. You place your palm on the hilt of your sword. That's a fine weapon, says the first guard, stooping down to get a better look. The better to smite fools with, you say, or anyone else who would lay a hand on my charge. And who might you be, miss? Says the mustache guard. His voice is polite. Phobe, she says. A phobe of Vetter, you say. Her father runs a mine in the Dragon Tooth. Of Vetter? What is this random stuff I always come up with? How fast is my guy with like all this crazy shit to come up with? Anyhow. Her father runs a mine in the Dragon Tooth. Of Vetter, the first guard says uncertainly. If you don't mind, you say, motioning at the gate. You have a city to tour and then a long road back home. We all do. Call someone from behind in line. Let them through. We're growing old back here. Shouts someone else. The first guard rolls his eyes, presumably at the impatient crowd, and waves you through. Alright, that worked out somehow. Yeah, good thing I didn't go with Dragon. Fucking hell, this medium stuff worked out for me. You continue to question Phobe as the two of you work your way through the crowded streets. From what you can gather, she was promised revenge by this bat-winged woman for the slaughter of her family. But what are you gonna take revenge on? Goblins? I don't... Whatever. I mean, do you, I suppose. They're very, like... They're not very intelligent creatures, you know. It's less... With them, it's less of like, okay, I'm gonna kill this family because like, ho, I just wanna trouble this little girl. It's more like instinctive for them. They're just instinctively extremely violent. So it's a... How should I even put this? Like, I don't know if it's a good idea to be making deals with bat women for fucking revenge, but I guess she is a little girl, so who really knows? Anyhow, no doubt that the woman is the succubus, although that doesn't exactly add up, since why would a succubus aid a little girl? Pope must be useful to her, you think. Someone useful to a demon, even if that someone is a little girl, is someone you should stay away from. From here, you're relatively close to the puppet house. You contact your contact for House Ruler here. However, maybe you need an ally of your own. Bonebrow, you think. What happened to him now that the Thogian priestess that had been impersonating him is dead? You left him at the Elethian temple in the Outer Ring. If nothing else, you'd like someone to consult with. Someone who knows the city and who you can trust. I trusted Kriya. What did that get me? Yeah, that is true. Kriya fucked me over. You think. You scratch your chin as you walk. I have no one to blame but myself. Everyone from the Rohatia and Katrain to the dwarves warned me about that witch. Yeah, we should have backed out. But Rooster decided to go in. And looking over at Phoebe, her face appears a little more relaxed than earlier. Her eyes less furtive. Probably the humdrum of walking is boring her. Maybe Bonebrow would know what to do with her. He's the captain of the guard. So I'd rather not go to the Elethian temple. I feel like the paladin will see me and fucking attack me or whatever. If he is alive, that is. I'm not sure if he is. He's the captain of the guard. You ought to at least be able to order someone to protect her. Tool of a demon or not, you'd rather not leave Phoebe lost in the city. She's an orphan. You wonder if he's a motherly sort since he loves men as women do. Oh, that's ridiculous. Come on now. That's not necessarily true. It's not necessary that just because someone's gay they're gonna be motherly. Well, it's not necessary. It's not like at all a thing. That's very stereotypical, I would say. You realize quickly that this line of reasoning is fairly stupid. You knew a few men back in Windborn who were suspected of having Bonebrow's proclivities, yet none of them seemed motherly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In any case, you have trusted Bonebrow before and he didn't let you down. Maybe you'll know what to do. As much as you want to pay off House Ruda here and ensure the safety of yourself and your sister, you suppose there's no need to rush in. Ruda here expects you to pay at intervals over months, so there's no immediate danger. Or is there? You're a hero now. That might make your contract and that of your sister more valuable. Could they sell it? Best I pay those villains off quickly, you think, but first I must make a stop. Yeah, that is true. It's best to pay off because one of these things, like the interest rates in these situations, they tend to rack up. Like you will start off with like borrowing 200 coins, and the next thing you know, you're in debt for 2,000. So that's how it goes. The Lathian temple rises ahead of you, tall, gleaming, and proud. By the look of it, you'd think it was the first gate to paradise. Yet the last two times you came, it was no rhapsody for you. I'm not sure what that means. I've heard the word, but I'm not sure what it means. It was no rhapsody for you. Easy time, I'm guessing. The first time, Egra had strong-armed you into keeping a secret. Second time, a paladin and a priest tried to kill you. Although, to be fair to them, you had transformed into a large bat. Even without Egra possessing you, the thought of going in makes you uneasy. You could try to send Phoebe in alone. You could tell Bonebrow to meet you somewhere. The Leering Virgin Inn would be a good meeting place. Another option would be for only you to go in. After all, you never know what a little girl might say, and as best as you can tell, she's a demon servant. Finally, you can go in together, try to keep an eye on Phoebe. Oof, I'd rather not go in. Go in alone? Absolutely not. Because if the priest saw me, I'm fucking dead. Because they remember my face, I'm guessing, if the priest is alive, as I said. Take her with you. I'm gonna send Phoebe in to give a message. I'd rather not go in there. But then again, I don't know what she would say. Fuck it. You know what? If I'm gonna die, I might as well just go with this one. You tell Phoebe the message to give to Bonebrow, ending with a "Don't forget the name of the place where we are to meet, the Leering Virgin Inn." You feel a twinge of discomfort at emphasizing a slightly vulgar title, but you make her repeat it just to be sure. Leering Virgin Inn. Finally, Phoebe begins walking towards the temple, but then turns back to you, folding her arms and drawing in her eyebrows defiantly. Why are we talking to this man? This is not what you're supposed to be doing. Move in close to make sure no one can overhear. What do you say? Bonebrow might know where Unux is. Let's just swish around with her. Bonebrow might know where Enuxis is, you say. Phoebe twists her mouth for a moment, then nods. She turns and strides quickly towards the temple. Yes, all that matters is Enuxis, you think. Enuxius, you think. It sounds like a fucking Egyptian god or something, but okay. In those big innocent eyes was the flash of something other than a little girl, possessed by something, likely the demon. I will die once I learn of him. Possessed by something likely the demon. I will die once I learn of him. What is that supposed to mean? Hurrying towards the outskirts of the square. Oh, we just left her there. Okay. Hurrying towards the outskirts of the square, you take a moment to watch Phobe. She has ascended the stairs to the large ornate doors on the temple. She reaches out and pulls on the door handle, straining her small body with the effort. The door opens and she slips in. Oh, she's not gonna knock on it? Well, I guess it's a temple. You don't usually knock on temple's door. Then again, the door of the temple are usually open. But anyhow, such poor security, you think. A low sound comes to you from behind. You spin around. The alley you're standing in front of is getting darker. Not as though from the sun fading, but from the light sucking away. The sound comes again. It is a growl, an angry primal growl. With one hand on the hilt of your sword, you jog away from the alley towards the main street. Thog, you think. Why would Thog come here out of nowhere? Kalak's voice comes back to your mind. Your words burned in. Kalak's voice comes back to you. Her words burned into your mind. Thog is patient and malevolent. Malevolent. I hate that word so much. With a terribly good memory. There's nowhere in the multiverse you can hide from him.